Calling you a radical. I want to do this at sunset for Gene Stone, the greatest here. So, he was the man. Meant so much to me. He had so many good talks with me, long talks with me, mentored me in so many ways. Fighting San Onofre. But even more than that, when I was sick and I was dying, he knew my situation. I remember I talked to him, and he was always the go-to guy, always with the media, back when the media would talk to us. Back when the media, the SoCal, LA, San Clemente, San Diego media used to interview us. He was so good in all those interviews. You know, for years, I used to think about, he and I would talk about this all the time. All the old activists that mentored us, the Abalone Coalition, old Donna. I think about Jane and Linda, Mothers for Peace, fighting Diablo. Canyon. He used to say, Kevin, I just hope to see it. San Onofre shut down in my lifetime. Well, not only did he see it, San Onofre shut down, he saw all the waste come out of those spent fuels and into the canisters in his lifetime. He told me I'll never see it in my lifetime. He told me that many times. You got to see it. He had a very hereafter belief system, I think, similar to what I had. He knew I was dying. I knew I was full of cancer. In those hearings, in those days, and he would talk to me about life after death. Here, you know, we had very native beliefs, both of us. Remember when we did the staking ceremony down there, and I did my staking ceremony right here simultaneously at the same time. He was on the beach. I was on the plains of the... By the way, the hot reactors are right there, both of them. And I'll talk about some news. Off to the next place, brother. Great fight. Great fight. Off to the next place, brother. So, I had no intention of shutting down. None. I've been up all night, snuck into San Onofre. I'm so sick, fresh out of the bone marrow transplant. Fimbo Peterson, the anti-nuclear doctor. You're going, Kev. Fuck, I can't believe the shit I did. I was in critical condition. Caught those dead red lion fake fucking union workers. I caught them, busted them. Right up there at the reactor in there. Go to the church, San Clemente. They were expecting we'd have maybe 100. Gene and I were ready. We'd been working this. We had 1,200. The box. He's sitting there, tears it open. He says, Kevin, you get the first one. You need to have it. This is it. Threw it to me. He started saying those hearings. Get him. Get him. Get him. I got your back. Those interviews, he was always the best. Whether it be print media or doing an interview, he spoke so elegantly, so directly, so nonchalantly, but so to the point. You know, so paramount. I don't think the people have any clue. I don't think they have any clue. The wheel in the sky. How historic the shutdown of San Onofre nuclear reactor was. They had no intention of shutting down, and you know, they had their accident in 2012. Hot reactors right over there. By the way, the news is the hearing, the Lawrence Foundation has filed suit against them to not tear it down, and I'm on the same page with them. Don't fucking tear it down and bring it here. You know, that's the 16th of this month. The judge will hear it in LA. Don't give Dolly Parton a mastectomy. She had an accident. There was an accident. Well, it wasn't an accident. They were cheating on the exchange. I'm the one that broke that. Those workers inside there that Gene and I know personally, they're still in hiding. Gene took it to his grave. He promised him he would. So did I. That's how we knew. We got that out. Those Marines inside leaked it to us. Gary Hedrick, Gene Stone myself. I was in the Beaumont. I says, I'll do the dirty work. What they gonna do? I'll leak it out. What they gonna do? Kill me? I'm dying of fucking cancer. Had no intention of shutting down. None. Friends of the Earth, everybody, fuck. They didn't do anything. I like how Micah Gary takes his $5 million fucking check for the whistleblower fee when it was Gene, Gary Hedrick, and it was myself, Kevin Blanch, and a couple workers inside. We're the whistleblowers. We're the ones that did it. We got nothing. But that isn't what we're fighting for. He was in all this for all the right reasons. You know, he's starting to have heart problems here a few years ago. He told me there at that, I signed at the Lemon hearing at San Luis Obispo. Or no, it wasn't San Luis Obispo. Where was that? Was that it? It wasn't in San Clemente. Oh, San Juan Capistrano. That's where it was. We was in San Juan Capistrano. He says, I says, God, you're still with us. I don't know how. You know, that heart started to go. And he says, my wife. My wife's an RN. She's the greatest. Without her, I'd been dead 10 times. She saved my life so many times, my wife. He always gave her credit. Always. Always. Rightfully so. Got to hang on, Gene. You got to see this, finish this job. He did. Got to see it. Remember, it's going to take them 40 years to get that in the dry canister out of those spent, which is such an accomplishment, out of those spent fuel pools. I see one of the workers at Oyster Creek got splashed on, taken. Thank you to those workers who are decommissioning those. Gene, we used to always tell him, like, I mean, Gene's the one that negotiated with those guys who actually got out onto the pad. That's him. Gary Hedrick out there, that's him. I mean, that's kind of accomplished activists. Kevin, I know you're on death's doorstep. You die, it's not the end. I know. So much more to this fight. He fought it forever. You got to see it to the finish. I mean, we have a little bit more to go. We're getting it out of those canisters and get it to Texas or into WIP. Out of there. Yeah, it doesn't. You can't sit there on that fault line. We all know that. He knew it. He used to speak in those hearings. You know, that's back when Channel 10 would interview us, Channel 8, Patch, Drag. He always was on point, and he did it in he was such a big, gentle giant. Look at this guy tonight. Wow. Such a presence he was. Well, he was mad at me a lot of times. Never raised his voice to me. He would talk to me quietly. Kev, what about this? Okay, all right, Gene, I got you. I mean, when I was young, when I got older, he was like, you go get him. Go, do what you do. Do what you do. I'll handle the rest. Go, do what you do. I got your back. He's off to the next place. He bought about 3 or 4 extra years than he probably really should have had. That heart is gone. He and I talked to me. We'll probably never see it in our lives. This accomplishment. Getting San Onofre shut down and completely decommissioned and getting that waste out of those spent fuel pools. Neither one of us would have believed it. But we got to see it. We got to see it. I think of Jane and Linda a lot now. Diablo. We need to get that one done so we can all see it before we die. You know, nuclear-free California. We've been working on this. Gene, we're salmon numbers collapse, the tide pools numbers. He had such a native spirit about him. You could always count on him. Always, always, always. I always tell everybody, you know, because I'm always the first one there, you know, and this guy, you could always count on him. I knew he was always going to be there, and he always was. Always was. He was, I mean, you could just count on him. That's hard, that's a difficult thing to say. Him and Gary Hedrick. Oh, this guy. They was always there for the people of San Clemente, both of them. Gary still is. Gene was always there for me, too. When I was going through those difficult times, fighting for my life, clinging to fucking life. He would always check on me. Send me a message on Facebook. Walk up to me. It wasn't a discussion about San Onofre. It was a discussion about my life and my health. And, you know, when it looked like I was going to die, everybody thought I was going to die, he had talked with me about life after death. Oh, what a beautiful sky. He was no hippie. That was long ponytail. He was native. He had such a native spirit to him. I could feel it. Every time I was around him, I could feel it. He was like the native elder to me. Always was. All people in San Clemente, Southern California, the world for that matter, can appreciate this work that he did. I still got work ahead of me. So I'm going to dedicate at least the rest of the year to Gene Stone. The hearing's the 16th. We don't want Dolly Parton. Why revindicate it? She's hot. Gene Stone proved that with the Geiger counter. He's in the media. He had the media in there. He proves it's hot. They had a meltdown. Or not a meltdown. They would have had a meltdown. They went right to the last thing and they vented all over San Clemente, and she's hot. You know, why tear her apart? Why just leave her there as a monument to fucking Southern California's fucking ignorance and a monument to Southern California's non-ignorance. Waking up and getting this done. I can't tell you how proud I am of the people. Kathy Iwani, who was in Japan, came home and lobbied through that fucking school district. She lobbied so hard. I remember the night, you know, I'm watching that hearing, you know, and I'm so sick from here in Utah. And, oh my God, Kevin, they voted on our side not to let them restart. Like, they're done. I remember being at this hearing where he threw me this. I was so sick. I sucked up to 190 pressure out of the... I mean, I was dying. I was so sick. I weighed 119 pounds. Shriveled up to nothing. I remember coming out of the hearing, they put me in handcuffs for no reason. The California Highway Patrol arrested me for, well, they didn't arrest me, just moved me. For no fucking reason. You know, Gene was pissed, you know. We did them great interviews out there, but that was the day that they caught the guy who killed the cop up at Big Bear, and it flooded our media. I mean, we did all kinds of great interviews. I remember standing outside there. The Harvard planner, he's there. I believe that Nato Khan himself was there. I told Kathy Iwani, I told Gene Stone, they're done. What do you mean, Kevin? They're never going to reopen it. This is February, I believe, 12th, 2013. They're fucking done. Oh, no, what are you talking about, Gene says. Kathy's like, what are you, crazy? What do you mean that? No. And I told Gene, no, I felt the spirits on me in here. I felt the spirits come over me. Not only am I not going to die, everybody thought I was, including my doctors. The spirits are with me. I could feel them. They've rushed over me. I've never had an epiphany of all the hearings I've been to, everything that I fought San Onofre till today. They will never reopen. I remember Kathy's like, God, I hope you're right, but I think you're wishful thinking. Gene says to me, this is sacred ground you're standing on, Kevin. And if you say that, I know that you mean it, because I know you so well. I believe you. Because it's all intuitive, and that's how he and I ran. When they announced, I got the tip from inside there at, God, it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning here. I used to say, we're going to hit the beach on D-Day. We're going to hit the fucking beach on D-Day. You fuckers don't know what hit you. And by the way, Anonymous ain't so anonymous. My anonymous guy says, we're going to fucking rip you to shred. And we already were. We were sending people to Kamala Harris's office. I mean, I was leaking all kinds of stuff to them. We had the goods on them all. They were headed to jail. They knew it. Keep fucking with this. Keep fucking with us. That morning, D-Day. My uncle raised me right there. Earl. He's standing on my beach on D-Day. Out of the bulge. We're going to hit the beach on fucking D-Day. The morning of D-Day. God, I just realized that. That's tomorrow, huh? I swear I didn't even realize that's tomorrow. Rachel Godoya and I do that thing on the 50th anniversary of Bobby Kennedy's. It's 53 years ago. God, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Right on, Gene. Again, my intuitive mind, my intuitive spirit. They announce it. I announce it to the world. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. So many people didn't get to see that fought this. Old Donna. God, she was good. Her husband. The Abalone Coalition. Mentored me. My dad. My dad didn't get to see it. Or did they? Gene will tell you they did. Off to the next place, brother. See you on the other side. See you wherever you are. One of the greatest activists. He was always in these, it, for the right reason. He used to always say, because he took on a lot of things. This is it. I told him when they shut down, I says, you realize, Gene, how big this is. I remember with the Omni, when I just go crazy. I remember it was Channel 10 interviewed us. It's back when they both, back when the media would interview us. I told Gene, I says, I know you know what I know. Yeah. The shutdown of San Onofre is the domino. It is the monumental piece. It is the beginning to the end to the nuclear energy crime syndicate. He says, oh yeah, nuclear-free California. I says, nuclear-free America, nuclear-free Mother Earth. He says, it is, Kevin. It is the domino. It is it. It's it. I don't think people have a clue. They would have never shut down in a million fucking years if it wasn't what we did. We worked fucking diligent. We developed sources. We developed fucking relationships. We had everybody. We had workers on our side. We had Marine Corps on our fucking side. We had people. Fuck, they all knew us in this community. We stayed together. We fought together. And they worked with us. And we got the goods out. Kamala Harris's mother had just died. She just, we worked with lots of different agencies, but it was really us as anonymously. They were afraid. I was putting stuff on my YouTube site. I'm like, fuck. Channel 10, Mitch. Fuck. We know him. Gary knew him. I knew him. Fucking, Gene. Put it on the news. My contacts at fucking Channel 10. Channel 8, San Diego. They were going to get in a lot of trouble, and they put it on the news anyway. We don't want to tore down. Salmon numbers have collapsed. I know he had native belief systems. We talked a lot. I remember I used to say, Well, I won't get to see it. I'll probably be dead here soon. Yeah. But just because you die here on Earth doesn't mean it's over. Take your next place. I don't think he would have ever believed you got to see it. Flip the soup can one time for Gene. What a beautiful sky, huh? Oh my God, what a sky. Thank you, Gary Hedrick. Love you guys. Kathy Anwani. Ace Hoffman. Donna Gilmore. Dottie Young. Long, long, hard fight we all fought. I hope people one day in Southern California, well, the world will appreciate it. Well, the world, for that matter. He's dead. He's passed. Well, he's not dead. That's his words. He'd say, I ain't dead. Passed to the next place. I remember people, he'd say, Kevin, you're so radical, you're so intense, I'm worried about your health. He wouldn't. He's like, you go, Kev. Go. Do your thing. I got you covered. So elegant. So well spoken. Print media, interviews. Oh, he was the greatest. I want to keep this camera going as long as I get this incredible sky. Look at this. Is it a rocket? He and I had lots and lots of conversations about what to do with the waste. I mean, we had intense ones. We had some pretty good arguments, he and I, about some pretty intense ones about where to put that waste, you know, over the years. But we both agreed on one thing. It can't stay on those fucking cliffs. But we also agreed that getting into that dry cast canister was 1,000 times better than sitting in those fucking spent fuel pools. We talked so many times about it just sitting in those spent fuel pools and how fucking nerve-wracking it was. Again, I cannot say, he says it all the time. He would personally thank any worker he saw that was working on the decommission. Thank you to the workers who did do that so fast, so diligently. So, what an accomplishment. Dude has priorities right. Thank you for his wife to keeping him alive to see this. The hearing's the 16th. I don't have very much expectation. They want to tear her down, bring her here to Utah, the toilet. Well, this piece of shit fucking governor here just got in bed with Bill Gates. Wants to build fucking SMRs in Wyoming, already fucking doing it to Idaho. So the Mormons want to nuke Wyoming and Idaho, you know.